So today I met a guy who basically looks after land which has 3 massive ponds on it, and he was saying that until 3 years ago there used to be thousands of little frogs that used to come out of these lakes, and you could hear them, you could see them, and there were so many of them, and for the last 3 years they have literally disappeared. Now can you imagine the effects this has on the interdependent system of species that we have on the planet? When one trophic level goes, it has a cascading effect on all the other ones above, and the whole system collapses. And ultimately, even though we might not care about it, it affects us tremendously in terms of food production, in terms of climate, in terms of our well-being. Everything is connected. And there's 3 reasons why these local wildlife populations are disappearing, but this is the same story all over. Firstly, animal farming. It clears so much land, destroys so much natural habitat, that it is the biggest cause of species extinction. All over the world, we're looking at nearly 45 to 50% of fertile, rich, habitable land that was previously forests, wetlands, peatlands, now completely transformed, destroyed and reduced to farmland, which within a very short amount of time completely degrades and then eventually turns into deserts or degraded land. It's a complete waste of lives, resources, land, everything. Biggest cause is animal agriculture, and we are all contributing to it every time we buy animal flesh, dairy, fishes, etc. Secondly, the use of pesticides. 10 times more feed is required to get the same amount of calories if we transfer it through an animal which we then eat, as opposed to getting it directly from plant-based foods. That's 10 times more pesticides, herbicides, fungicides being spread all over. Where does that go? It accumulates in the land, in the water, and that is taken up by other wildlife. They're the ones who consume it. They're the ones who live off that land, and that actually poisons them and kills them. And the third most important cause, which is indirect, is global warming. So when it comes to the frog story that I told you initially, what happened is 3 years ago there was such a massive drought, it literally dried out the ponds, and that killed the existing populations that used to live in that area. And as a result, nothing has returned. The warming of the climate is having massive impacts when it comes to wildlife. Now we, on the other hand, have ACs, all the ways of keeping cool, we have shelter. Now imagine having no houses for us. We lose our shelter, we lose our ways to keep cool. We lose our hydration, we have no water. If the water's poisoned, we can't drink it. Eventually ends up killing us. The same thing is happening to wildlife populations. So this is all down to us. If we want wildlife populations to stay here, because they're the ones that will keep the forests and oceans alive, which in turn will keep us alive, they have evolved over millions of years to be who they are, where they are, and within not even a lifetime, within a decade, we are wiping them out. If we want all of that to stop, we are the ones who have to take control of who we are consuming, not what, who we are consuming. We have to shift that from who to plant-based food systems. We have to stop eating sentient beings and their families. And secondly, where our money is flowing, we need to control that. We need to control where we invest it in terms of which banks are ethical enough. And secondly, our pensions as well. If we're not conscious of where our money is going, it ends up actually killing our future rather than sustaining it. It fuels wars, it fuels deforestation, it fuels farming, it fuels all the industries and all the activities that we are actually against. Simple things. Once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it, but that'll actually give you the answer to what we need to do. Daily conversations, daily actions before all wildlife disappears. Every day matters.